So hello, welcome to Blake's Den and another episode of Project Designer. I'm filming this on the 28th of March 2020. Currently in the UK we've got the coronavirus issue and the country's essentially in lockdown, so can't go anywhere, can't really do anything, so might as well do some work on the Mini. So how we left it last time is we'd got the sill on, the outer sill on, and I'd done a bit of exploratory digging around this A panel. So today I want to try and take that off and basically repair it. I've got a genuine heritage A panel. Get that the right way around, that way around. So that goes on there. Fairly straightforward, and it's got that edge on it there, which that gets hammered over and goes round here. It sort of goes around the bulkhead panel. So I think this might be a bit of a tricky repair really, because I'm not sure what I'm going to find once I cut this off. But I'm trying to cut off in the smallest amount possible. I can see where the rust is just confined to that area there. So I'm thinking about slitting it just above there. In fact, there's a bit of a dent there you can't see, so I'll probably go there and come down to here, and I might just end up fabricating my own panel to go in. Just cut out a piece of 0.8 sheet steel. Get the grinder out and start cutting. So I've half hacked that off. I just used an angle grinder with a very worn disc in it. Quite handy for getting into small spaces. And you can sort of see what I was going on about here. So this bit left behind is the A panel, and that's a return there, which sort of hammers around behind the bulkhead panel, which is this. And you can sort of see that the bulkhead panel's all rotten out. Sometimes he's rough from the inside out. Certainly that's a problem I've got with my other Mini. So just a case of continuing cutting it, and then we need to cut off all of that, and then we'll have to cut out the rot from here as well. Obviously I might have to cut a little bit higher to find some good metal, because I probably can't weld onto that. But yeah, we'll just keep cutting away slowly and see what we've got left with. Right, more cuts made there. I think I've got back to what appears to be good metal here. A bit of surface pitting, but nothing too bad. So I think I can sort of fabricate a plate which will go in there, go around the corner, and then get rid of all that rubbish there, and then go all the way down to the sill. And I'll have to do a separate plate for that bit there. What I'm debating is, I don't know if I can get you in whether you can see or not, but the back of the A panel. It's a little bit rusty, but I've sort of cleaned it up and I don't think it's too bad. But I'm now debating whether I should take the whole A panel off and replace it, since I've got the other one. But at the same time, it's not really worth it for, you know, replacing something just on the whim of it. I mean, visually it's absolutely fine. So I know I've got to take the wing off, because that is definitely dead. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and make this repair. And then once I've got the wing off, I can be able to tidy up any rust which might be up here. And if I decide once the wing's off that this is no good, I'll just take the A panel off. Which means a bit of a bolt of work, but it's not the end of the world. Right, I'll start making a cardboard template to go in here. I've got a little bit more to cut off first, and then we'll see about fabricating something up. So I made some progress cutting a big hole. I've also made myself a, get it right way around, plate to go in. It's quite an odd sized plate, but fits in rather good, I think. A little bit of hammering in position needed, but that seems to fit fine. This hole here I will do with a separate plate. So once that's welded in, I can then hammer this edge from the inside of the car to form a bit of a curve, and then I'll fill the gap with another bit of plate. So yeah, fairly happy with that. It's a bit sort of frilly around here, but just got to go with what I've got really, so I'm sure it'll be alright. So I'm going to use that edge of the sill. I'm going to punch some holes in here so I can plug weld it on there, and then down here there was one plug weld on there originally. I think I'll replicate that and put another plug weld in. And then I'll weld all around. Not too fussed how smart this looks, because it's all going to be under sealed and seam sealed and hidden away anyway. So that's that. Around this side, yeah, it's quite a good fit. I'll then weld an extension going down, sort of butt weld it against that. So yeah, fairly happy with that. So I'm going to dust the inside of it with weld through primer. I'll just dust all that with weld through primer, and then yeah, we'll get it welded on. So we're all set up to weld. I've got this clamped in, hammered into a nice position. Punched a hole for the plug weld, got it in the complete wrong place, but never mind. I've got a couple of, well, I've actually got 3 plug weld holes down here. That hole I'll use for when I do the plate on the other side. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to watch me weld this on. Well, I'm fairly happy with that. It's cleaned up alright. A couple little bits to touch up in the corner, and plug welds are good, and the whole thing's pretty solid. So real test will be when I start braying this from behind to bend that round. So yeah, that's the next job. So let's see how strong these welds are. Right, I've hammered that piece from behind. I nearly had it in the right position, but then I kept on hammering it, and yeah, carried on too much. So yeah, what I'll do is, that's my new piece to go in there. Bit hard to fit with one hand, but she goes in there, something like that. I'll tack that in. I'm going to hammer that flange back so everything's nice and flush. Weld all around, grind it back, and then when I'm done, I think there'll be a couple of bits, particularly like down here, and a bit on the inside. Might just need a couple like sealing welds on. So yeah, get that welded on, and I'll show you what it looks like. So there we are, it's welded in. Really happy with that. Almost invisible repair. Almost. Not bad for a beginner. It's still got some little holes in it, need to fill. I was actually blowing quite a lot of holes in it when I was welding. Just could not work out what was going on. Whereas I knocked the dial on the welder was like up to 4 on the amperage, or the voltage, sorry. And yeah, it was I normally have it between like 1.5 and 2. So yeah, that'd be why I was blowing some holes. But yeah, at least I got good penetration with the weld. So yeah, a bit of tidying up there. Probably got to do something similar on the inside. Whilst this is quite a nice shape and profile here, on the inside there's a bit more of a gap than I thought there was up to the inner sill. Can't show you that because I haven't got a light inside the car, but I'll show you that in the next clip. I think I'll put a little plate in there just to tidy it up, and then it can all be seam sealed from both sides. And then I can get on with doing the bit I was supposed to be doing, which is there. So I've decided in this video to tackle the rest of the air panel, because that was my original intention. I have got a bit to sort out on the inside behind here, but I'll save that for another day. So what I've done here is I've cut a piece of steel. It's actually out of a piece of inner sill I had left over. And that's going to go, it's very fiddly, but that's going to go in there. Somewhere like that. And then that's going to form that return, which the A panel outer skin will wrap around. So it took a bit to make this one. This is my 3rd attempt to get it. I kept cutting it a bit too small, and I think the panel gap I've got down there is not spot on yet, but obviously I've got the skin of this to fold over, so hopefully I'll sort it out when I do that. The tape is to stop this piece falling into the inner sill, because there's a small gap in the step panel there. Stop it falling in again. I dropped it in the first time. Luckily I managed to get it out with some tweezers. So yeah, never straightforward, is it? Right, okay. Before I weld that on though, there's a bit of tidying up I want to do behind. I want to get a bit of weld on here, sort of the back of that plate to put on. Under the tape as well, there's just a continuation of a weld for the step panel. It's literally like 10 mil of weld just to do. I just couldn't get in from the, actually it's there, isn't it? Just couldn't get in from the other side when the A panel was on. So tidy up those, I'll just clean that back, tidy up those welds, weld them up, and then I can get this on. So welded that, cleaned it up, just put red oxide on it. I go for my lunch. When that's all dry, I'll get the plate welded on. Also red oxide the back of it. Most of it will probably burn off, but I'll probably put some more on after it's welded on. I'm back from lunch. That's all dried up. Put the piece on, and I just held it with a magnet, and I'm just going to weld it very carefully. Obviously there's still quite a gap here. That's fine because that's going to be covered by the outer skin. So it'll all make sense when I do it, hopefully. So right, I'll get that welded on and then I'll get the outer skin fabricated. That's all welded and I'm really happy with how it went. Just some days the welding goes better than others, and today is one of those days. I've also made the panel to go over here. Quite difficult to show you with one hand. I'm holding my camera in the other, but it sort of fits in there. Sort of kept the edge the best I can. Got an oversized lip on it, the way it goes onto the sill. The wing's got some play in it, so I can push that into position. Obviously that edge has got to replicate that edge, but I think I've pretty much got it there with that panel. So same again, I'm going to cake that with red oxide. I'm going to red oxide the back of this as well, particularly that lip, because that gets hammered over. And yeah, I'll get it in position, clamp it in position, probably use a few magnets, get it perfectly lined up, and when I'm happy I'll start welding it. Got that tacked into position, fairly happy with it. The line going along here seems to be okay. Maybe just go back just a little bit. There's still a bit of play in it there. I couldn't really clamp it in position, so I used the paint to my advantage. It wasn't dry yet, so I just put it on, and it sort of, the adhesive properties of the paint sort of held it where it needed to be. But what I haven't done is stripped the outer of the paint yet. So I just need to whiz around with the grinder, clean that up, or the wire brush. Yeah, just tweak the position a tiny bit more, and then next shot that should be fully welded, hopefully. Well, I'm really happy with how that went. Lovely smooth finish. I think I've got the line just right. Door gap seems fairly constant as well. So I know the door's not in the right position anyway, quite, but it seems to follow the line, so really happy with that. Did have to blow a bit of a hole up here, so I had to do a bit of fillering. Say, when I take the wing off, I may see in here that this panel is really far gone from behind. I don't think it is looking at it, but I still might be changing it yet, but I thought I'd challenge myself and do this. So yeah, right, blitz a load of etch primer on it, and then we're done for the day. Well, that's all done. Put a load of grey true primer on. It's always going to need a little bit of filler over it, but it's going to be the slice of skim. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that's gone. It's really given me the confidence to tackle some of the more complicated bits on the car. So yeah, really pleased with that. Next job's change this wing. I don't think that'll be too hard of a job, to be honest. But yeah, that should be coming up soon. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to press subscribe. It costs you nothing. You'll get notifications of my new videos coming up. And because of the coronavirus lockdown, I'm going to have quite a few videos coming up because it gives me a chance to get on with all of my projects. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, everybody. Stay at home, and see you in the next video.